GT R, a race against the sun to celebrate 10 years of Godzilla. The wispy clouds high above the North Sea are slowly turning red and orange, but the sun isn't due to rise for a short while yet. From the warmth of the car's cabin, I used those unhurried 30 minutes to review the route for today's ambitious journey one last time. Starting from this shingle shoreline at Aldeburgh on the Suffolk coast, we'll head west and carve a meandering, indirect route through the heart of England and across the pinched waste of Wales before, 340 miles later, arriving in Aberystwyth. There, all being well, we'll find a view a lot like the one we see before us now, calm sea gently rippled by a light breeze, low sun casting a soft, warming glow into the clouds above. At 7:38 am, that fiery ball finally breaches the horizon. Dawn makes way for daytime. Photographer Luc Lacey and I watch for a while as the sun climbs into the sky, savoring what is sure to be the last peaceful moment of a long and restless day. But we can't hang around. If we're to make Aberystwyth in time for sunset, we'll have to press on. This day, October 26, 2017, is a notable one. Sunrise and sunset will be separated by almost exactly 10 hours. 10 hours and 47 seconds, to be exact. That's how long we have to get from here to the Welsh coast, a simple enough task were it not for the fact we have an awful lot to do today besides drive from east to west. It looks tight. The Google Maps app on my phone reckons the journey will take 7.5 hours, but on this occasion Google Maps is wrong. It thinks we'll be traveling by car, you see. In fact, we're going by Nissan GT R. Call it 7 hours, then, which leaves 3 hours for the day's errands but no time whatsoever for traffic jams, missed turnings, lunch, non-critical toilet breaks, punctures, breakdowns or any other such delays. As I pad about on the pebbles at Aldeburgh, waiting impatiently for Luke to finish his sunrise shot, I can't help but think the game's already up. But why attempt this journey at all, and why today of all days? It was at this time of year that Nissan first unveiled the R35 GT-R at the Tokyo Motor Show in 2007. And so, on a 10-hour day, we're marking the car's 10th anniversary. In the time it takes the sun to rise out of the North Sea, sweep across the sky and extinguish itself in the Irish Sea, we'll drive from Aldeburgh to Aberystwyth, stopping along the way at a number of places that will help us tell the amazing and unique story of a game-changing performance car. With the sunrise shot committed to memory card, we crunch our way across the shingle and eventually hit the road just after 8 am. We've already lost 25 minutes and covered only a few meters, which isn't encouraging. As keen students of astronomy, though, you'll have worked out by now that our day will actually be a bit longer than 10 hours and 47 seconds because of the distance we're traveling. In fact, the 241 miles that separate Aldeburgh and Aberystwyth, as the notably adventurous crow flies, put another 19 minutes in our pocket. Those 19 bonus minutes will prove to be crucial. Much as I would love to drive from coast to coast on nothing but country lanes and mountain passes, we just don't have the time. We'll pick up the multi-lane A roads and motorways wherever possible, but for now the only way to get from here to the main road is across Suffolk's gently heaving countryside, over B roads and back lanes that rise and fall gradually with the landscape. Through sleep villages we slip along slowly and quietly, but, the moment the de-restricted sign passes, it's down 2 gears, foot to the floor, engine wound out to the limit or one ratio after another. The frantic, vision-blurring speed the GT-R hits you with point to point is even more dazzling now than it was a decade ago. These are moments to be savored because the next road we'll pick up is the dreaded A14. It'll carry us halfway across the country, which should be good for our deadline but not for morale. The A14 is the UK's most dispiriting road. All too soon, the rollicking tarmac runs out and the entry slip arrives. Grudgingly, we join the lumbering carriageway. The A14 didn't exist when Dante wrote about the 9 circles of hell, but, were the Italian poet to rewrite Inferno today, he'd surely revise that number to 10. This wretched dual carriageway plods along like a fat, overfed crocodile through dull, uninspiring scenery. Its signposts are a checklist of towns you never want to visit: Corby, Kettering, Bedford. You sit there slowly going mad in a line of cars at 50 miles per hour or so for mile after mile because somewhere up ahead one laboring lorry is inching its way past another in a painfully drawn-out overtake. And then there are eternal roadworks and endless average speed cameras and breakdowns that cause interminable tailbacks. It's hateful, but it takes us to within a few miles of our first location. It's just before 11 a.m. when we arrive at Bruntingthorpe Proving Ground, the 2-mile runway in Leicestershire where we'll have all the space we need to really open the GTR up. I allow ourselves 30 minutes. In brilliant sunshine, I attach the GPS timing gear and find the greenest patch of concrete on the runway. When the GTR was new a decade ago, twin-clutch gearbox and launch control system were still novelties and it seemed insanely fast. Nissan claimed 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds back then, fully 1.3 seconds quicker than Porsche quoted for the £10,000 more expensive 911 Carrera. I lined the GTR up. This 2017 version develops 562 bhp, up 89 bhp on the 2007 car, and Nissan now claims a sub-3 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour time. Hold it on the brakes with your left foot, flatten the accelerator, hear the engine strain and step off the brake pedal. There's the most delicious half-second delay before the car releases itself, the thump to the back coming as a violent, unsettling shock. Frustratingly, though, the GTR records 3.1 seconds run after another until the drivetrain overheats. It won't be ducking under 3 seconds today. Still, for the money, that is frighteningly quick, a GTR trademark since day one. From Bruntingthorpe, we pick up the M6 and the M42 on our way to see a man who knows the GTR story inside out. A few minutes before we arrive, though, an important moment comes and goes. At 12:44 p.m., the sun reaches the meridian, its highest point, before it starts to drop towards the horizon again. It signals the midway point in our race. With just over 5 hours until sunset, we are well on course, but I hoped the meridian would be some poignant, memorable juncture on this journey. I wanted to be parked on a picturesque hillside, turbos glowing cherry red somewhere up the exhaust system, smoke pouring from the brakes. Instead, we've just passed Worcester on the southbound M5.